Oh, thanks.
Great work.
So today, this is Charles Picco, and he's one of the writers on the show.
And co-creator.
Sorry. He said that like I was like it's imperative that I remember that. I'll remember. And co-creator. He's the antithesis to Andrew Rosen, who he constantly compliments us and tells us we're doing a great job.
No, I do.
And then Andrew tells us we suck and that we're not doing a good job.
I believe in positive reinforcement.
Yeah,
I do. So.
And we appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
So how are you today?
Okay. I'm good. I'm just looking at my son, housework and fatherhood and all that stuff. So and trying to get some work done.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Being the co-creator of Todd and the Book of Pure Evil, how was your reaction to the Unrenewable? Well, to the news.
Oh, that we got canceled?
Yeah.
It was a sad day. It was a very sad day. We had known a few months before the fans found out, so we had a little time to sort of digest the news and all that. But no, it was really sad. I always in the group, I was always sort of known as the one that if we got a little bit of development, I would always be the one that would say, "Oh, well, it's fun. We're not going to pass this," and we would get the pilot, and I would say the same. The pilot's great, but we're not going to get a season. So I've always been that kind of voice. It's like, we're only going to get so far, and then we're going to be canceled. But this time around, I honestly thought we would have a chance of getting a third season. And when it didn't happen, I thought, oh, Jesus, I should just go back to just being cautiously optimistic or cautiously pessimistic. So, but no, it was a real drag. It was a real drag to put it mildly. But it's really, really hard to get anything made in Canada. So, and it's really hard to make something that you're really, really proud of. Where you're kind of left alone and you don't have a lot of network interference. And so I can't complain. I mean, we had an amazing opportunity that lasted, I guess 3 years or so. So no regrets, but it is a shame that we never got to finish the series. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We kind of went on a cliffhanger, so that was a bit dissatisfying, I'm sure, for and the fans as well. Yeah.
Well, so other than diehard fans that would know this, I don't think too many people know that you had a big part in writing both the musicals for both seasons.
I did. Yeah, they were my babies. Worked very closely with our composer, Sean Pierce. And that I don't know where that comes from. Well, it probably comes from deep down. I think I always wanted to be a musician, but never got around to doing that. And because I had two brothers who got into music and still play music, I felt, well, we can't be competing with each other. It's not like we want to be the Osmonds or something. So, I'd always wanted to do a musical. I mean, I'd always been influenced by, movies like Tommy or Rock and Roll High School or Spinal Tap. So I'd always wanted to do that. And I thought the show was a perfect place to be able to break convention and just say, well, let's just do an entire musical. Or in the first season, we decided let's riff on Phantom of the Opera. But actually, everyone says Phantom of the Opera, but for us, it was the big influence for the writers, Craig and I especially, was Brian De Palma's Phantom of Paradise. So you get a chance to kind of make your 22-minute musical. So how could you pass it up? So and they turned out very well. They turned out very successful. Fans seemed to really dig them. So and we were planning on doing another one for the third season, which didn't happen. But it would have been sort of a cross between the Dirty Dozen and Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah. That's what I was.
So we never got to do that, unfortunately. But no, I love them. I'm quite proud of them. I really, really, I like them a lot. They're fun.
Here, give me 1 second. We're kind of having like internet trouble right here, so give me 1 second, all right?
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah, no problem.
How do you feel about the fans responding to the cancellation? The actions they're taking, and what if you're seeing anything online and what you're hearing from your peers.
Oh, I think it's great. I mean, if the fans can convince the network to bring us back, or there will be rioting in the streets, or there will be sacrifices against animals, then that's great. If anything to convince the network to bring us back, that would be awesome. But I just I think it's a testament to the appeal of the show that it was never going to appeal to everyone. On them, so I think it's fantastic that they're like picking up the banners and marching off to try to save the show. I think it's great. I hope it works because I'm sure we'd all love to get back to work on the show, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I couldn't be more pleased. Did that answer your question, Tristan?
Yeah, it did. It did. We had so much interference right there. I was moving my router around to try and figure it out, but we'll keep moving along. It seems like we're getting somewhere. Yeah, it's like Skype's. There we go.
About my business, bro, you know me, you know I be stacking that dough. That's all I see. I Brown won't stop, hustle won't quit, shine like no other. I be on some more shit.
Hey man, sorry about that.
Hi. That's okay. That's okay. These things happen.
Yeah. All right. There you are. There you are.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe let me see if it's because I'm trying to make this full screen. I'll try it like this. I'm doing a bunch of different crap over here, trying to be all fancy. Sure. But I guess it's not gonna work. No, we'll get right back. We'll get right back into it. What was your favorite episode? I mean, other than the musicals.
My favorite episode?
Yeah.
I'm a really big fan of loser-generated content.
Okay.
That was the one where it's in season 2. It's the one where Jenny thinks Todd is stalking her. That's a really great one. I love Cockfight because how can you not? It's a giant cock running around and turning kids to stone. I really like. I like Jungle Fever a lot. That's in season 2. That's where the hippie chick, environmentalist girl, gets the book to turn the school into a rainforest. I really like that one. I pretty much like them all. I mean, I'm biased, I guess. There's a few that I think we kind of missed the mark on, but that could have been because of time or we didn't have enough money to sort of really do what we wanted to do with it. But I like most of them. I like the future episode a lot.
Yeah, that was going.
The Toddessy, and Death Day Cake I like a lot. I like the season finales.
So you like that
season 1 and season 2? I thought Craig did a really great job.
Is there a favorite creature of yours, or are you just gonna run down the list again because you like everything?
Oh yeah. Man, I really like the Death Day Cake.
Yeah, that was different.
I think the Death Day Cake is pretty wild. They did the gang, our special effects. It was different. Our special effects team and they did a fantastic job with that. And David Scott, who did who designed it and built it, did a fantastic job with that. I thought I really like the homunculus.
Yeah.
I like the homunculus a lot. Todd's homunculus. I think that was great, especially where he's humping the armadillo. We'd always hoped, I think, that we could have done more monsters. Again, I think that's what we were planning on with season 3, to come up with some new monsters.
Yeah.
But we tried to sort of have a nice mix of monsters and throughout the 2 seasons. So I think we came up with some pretty good ones.
Yeah.
And the hippie chick girl is the tree. I thought was great. I thought they did a great job on that, where she becomes this sort of, this man-eating tree. So yeah, I think those would be my favorite. Those would probably be my favorite monsters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, not to put you on the spot or give you any problems.
Yeah.
But do you have a favorite actor from the show?
Favorite actor?
Yes.
Do I have a favorite actor out of the? I guess you're talking out of the main actors. Yeah, our main gang. No, I don't know. I thought they were all good. I mean, that's I guess you're supposed to say that, but no, they really were. Like I've worked with enough actors over the years to sort of see when they're just kind of phoning in a performance, if you know what I mean. Like, but our gang, like Alex and Bill and Maggie and Melanie and Jason and Chris and our metal dudes, Dan and Steve and Norman. They were all really, really, really into it. Like they actually seemed to really just inhabit those characters. And we'd always kind of felt like we couldn't have gotten anyone better. Like they really, really seemed, even before we cast them, we kind of felt like we were writing these characters for them anyways. And once they came on board, we just sort of started, now that we knew who they were going to be, it really helped the writing, if you know what I mean. We finally had a face, and we could kind of draw on their kind of personalities, and they would come to us and say, "Hey, it'd be great if you had Todd a girlfriend." And we're like, "Oh, well, we can do that for you, Alex." So, but in terms of my favorite, I can say my favorite character. My favorite character was always Hannah. Actually, I always thought Hannah was a character, and Atticus. Atticus, I think, was always one of my favorite characters, just because he's he's the villain, And but I can't really choose, like, say who was my favorite actor, because I just adored them all. I thought they were fantastic, and I hope they all go off to Hollywood and become big movie stars and TV stars, so they can hire me.
Yeah. I mean, they all seem to be on their way. Very talented cast. Can you give us, the fans, an idea of where the book went? Okay.
Where the book went?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know how I answer this without giving it away, because you never know. I mean, the show could come back in the form of a puppet show or an animated series. You never know. We answered that. I think we pretty much answered that in the first episode of the new season, which we got to write, and it was going to be pretty amazing. Atticus, we actually have Atticus coming back in the very first episode, because someone got a hold of the book and wanted to bring Atticus out of the book. So I think that's all I can say without giving too much away. But we would have learned where the book ended up if we had a season 3, and we would have had a lot of other things answered, and it would have been an amazing season. We pretty much had it all mapped out for 13 episodes, and so we knew exactly where the series was going. Okay. But unfortunately, that didn't materialize.
Yeah, well, we're trying. I mean, can only.
I know, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking rough, but I mean, if there's some way you guys will be able to conclude, the saga for the fans at least,
I hope so. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
How did you discover the show? Because you're in the U.S.
Yeah.
How did you find out about it?
Well, I without saying too much, I torrent on the internet and stumbled across Todd and the Book of Pure Evil. When it first started, there was, I guess, someone was putting it online, after they were DVRing it in Canada somewhere. And so I would stay up with it weekly.
Oh.
And, at first
Right.
first episode I was like,
That's
hit or
awesome.
miss. But yeah,
That's great.
I fell in love with the show. I thought it was just amazing. I mean, you really have to give that first episode a shot to give the rest of the series a
Great.
chance, But yeah, I've turned nothing but, friends of mine onto it like that as soon as they see the show.
Yeah.
And
That's great.
yeah, just it got big like this, and now I'm talking to all of you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm that much in love with the show, I guess you could say.
Oh, Jesus. That's fantastic, man. That's great. Yeah, I think it's one of those shows. I think it's one of those shows that people are just going to kind of stumble upon, I've had kids come up to me and saying, I just discovered this show. My friend turned me on to it. And I watched, the 2 seasons in like 2 days, right?
Yeah.
So I think I think that's the good thing about our show, and that I'm hoping at least that even though it's canceled, that it'll still live on,
Yeah.
and kind of like how certain shows like Freak Speaks or Firefly, like, those shows that didn't have a long run, that kind of got cut down in their prime, but still live on, and still, people are rediscovering them. And so I'm hoping we'll be sort of in that, we'll be in that good company of canceled but awesome shows,
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
you pretty much said that you guys had season 3 mapped out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, without giving anything away, I mean, what are your pipe dreams? Like, the stuff that didn't make it into what you guys were doing. What would you have liked to see where the story would go?
Well, everything we had worked out for season 3 felt like everything that we had been talking about for years anyways. It just took everything that we had kind of left, that we had taken out of seasons 1 and 2 because we didn't have enough time, or it just, a certain storyline, it didn't feel like it worked in that season. We were sort of bringing into season 3. I think all I can say really is that it would have been like an awesome season. There would have been an episode that takes place in a wax museum. There would have been a sort of an art student episode where there's a Viking on a killer Viking on a motorcycle that comes to life. We would have seen more of the metal dudes. We would have learned more about the metal dudes and their mythology. We would have learned more about what happened to Hannah and who she ultimately becomes. Atticus would have gone through quite a transformation, having been inside the book or been to the other side. So he would have come back somewhat transformed. Everything that we had always set out to put into the series, I think, would have been there in season 3. And I think then we would have felt like, okay, then if the show gets canceled, it's okay, because it would have felt complete. You know what I mean? Like, it would have felt like 39 episodes, and now if they cancel us, it's okay, because this is sort of where we see it ending anyways.
Okay.
But we didn't get there, unfortunately. So hopefully puppet show, or animated series, or stick drawings that we can do on an Etch-a-Sketch or something like that. But hopefully this show will live on in some capacity. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. So.
All right. Well, good to hear. Good to hear. I don't know if you've seen any of the Daily Smoke interviews that we do, because we do like a word association with our guests. We rattle off some names from the cast, and from there, you just say the first word that comes to mind when you hear their name.
Oh, okay, sure.
Cool.
That's good.
All right. So, Alex.
Warrior.
Warrior. Okay. Brody.
Brody. Outer space.
Outer space. Okay. Maggie.
First word. Tough.
Tough. Okay. Jason.
Jason. Zen.
Okay. Courtney.
Sassy.
What was that?
Sassy.
Okay. Sassy. Okay. Bill.
Larry.
Okay. Melanie.
Sciency.
Chris.
Batshit crazy.
Okay. Dan.
Convertible.
All right. Steve.
Oh, Steve? Oh, I'd say intense.
Oh, intense. Okay. And Norman.
Norman, I would say first word. Styling.
Styling. Very good. Very good.
Styling.
Very good. All right. So we'll wrap this up. Is there anything that you would personally want to say to the fans that are going to be watching this video right now?
Well, all I can say really is, the show wouldn't be what it is, without people watching. So I just, we're incredibly fortunate to have such amazing, loyal, awesome, passionate fans. Like our Todd fans. It's almost sort of at a loss for words how to sort of describe it. But if I could put I think if we could ever hold like a Todd party somewhere, like in a field or, and just have like all our fans there, I'm guaranteed it would be the craziest, most fucking insane party ever. And I think that's because our fans are just, amazing, I hope we can bring the show back for them one day. But I'm eternally grateful and proud to have been a part of the show and to have the fans, embrace the show the way they have. So I hope I'm not rambling, but it's a very it means a lot to us, and it means a lot to everyone involved in the show that we made a difference and made an impact and had entertained the way we could, and we're glad the fans stood by it.
For the Daily Smoke, I'm Tristan.
I'm Charles Picco, co-creator of Todd the Book of Pure Evil.
And you just got smoked.
And you just got smoked.
All right, thank you very much, Charles. I really appreciate this.
Thanks, Tristan. All the best, and hope to see you around one day.
Is there a favorite creature of yours, or are you just going to run down the list again because you like everything?
Sorry, is there...
Oh, I asked if do you have a favorite creature, or do you...
Sorry, did you say... What was that?
Favorite creature?
Again, sorry? Oh, creature! Creature!
All right. I wonder if there's... Because we had, there's a 7-second delay between us. I don't know if you were noticing that. Maybe there still is.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, it goes in, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually calling from Newfoundland out on the east coast of Canada, so yeah, we're quite a few miles away from each other.
All right, well, we'll pick right back up with this.